Stadium in Edinburg, Texas, as the Mission Eagles come into town to take on the Edinburg High School Bobcats in a District 31 6A matchup. District 32 6A, I should be exact. These two teams getting ready to face off in the third district game. Edinburg Bobcats coming into this game with a 2-0 record in district. As for the Mission Eagles, they are as well 2-0 in district. So both of these teams will be handed a loss tonight. It just depends which team it would be. We're going to find out very, very soon. Both teams just had the alma mater. The national anthem is up next. 5 seconds until the clock expires on the play clock or on the scoreboard. We're going to get the national anthem underway, and then we're going to be ready for some football. So, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. Welcome once again to Real Sports Live. I'm Brandon Guzman on the call, Eduardo Guzman on the camera, and one of our newest photographers, Cassie Lara. She's going to be down on the field getting some action shots for you. That will be posted later tonight. So, thank you for tuning in. We're going to be right back momentarily after this here on Real Sports Live.
Your time.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children.
One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
Service is attitude. How far are we willing to go to service our community, our dealership here at Fruya, and you? Sky's the limit.
We're the Race Texans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
We are Santa Rosa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
We are Edinburg, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
And welcome back here to Real Sports Live. I'm Brandon Guzman once again on the call for tonight's game here at Richard R. Flores Stadium. There's the Bobcats on your screen right now, getting ready to run out of the tunnel. Mission is on the opposite side of the field, getting ready to run out of their tunnel as well. Getting ready to get this game underway. The sounds of the game, we're going to turn it over. There's the Bobcats running out into the field. Sun still up high in the sky. Beating down on our face right now. Currently 83 degrees is what I'm looking at. 84 just switched up on me real quick. Humidity is 33%, but it feels like 84 with winds going east-northeast at 8 miles an hour. And here comes the Mission Eagles on the away side of things, as the sun is straight beating down on them as well. And I'm over here with them in the press box. Nonetheless, these two teams getting ready to battle it out. I was able to talk to Coach Longoria, his first year. So a lot of things in common for these two teams. First-year head coaches on both sides of the ball for tonight's game. Coach Longoria right now with a 3-2 start to the season. 3-1 start to the season. I asked him, what do you think about your team so far? He says the young team, senior leadership is really showing. Yeah, that's something you need, especially when a new coach comes in. The seniors got to step up, lead the team the way they know the team is supposed to be led, because nobody knows the team better than the seniors on the team. And the head coach is just there to guide the way, guide him in the right direction, and later on down the line, lay down his new spectrum of what he wants to teach. As for the Bobcats, I was speaking to Coach Guzman as well. We are no relation. Just want to keep that out there, keep it clear. He's also a first-year head coach coming in with a 2-2 record, getting a win last week. A very nice win. They were able to beat the Jaguars of Economides as the kick is underway. As that's going to roll out of bounds, and we have a flag on the first play of the game. We'll see if I have to turn it over to the head official very, very soon. There he is running onto the field as we turn it over to him. And he announced the ball will be placed at the 30, and the Eagles are trotting onto the field right now, ready to get this thing underway. As mentioned before, Bobcats coming off a 49-9 win over their rival school, Economides. As for Mission, they were able to beat another Edinburg school last week. They won 28-24, a last-second touchdown. Gave them the victory in the final minutes of the game. As the handoff is going for maybe about 4 yards, maybe 3. We're going to call it a 2nd and 7 on the first carry of the game. Out in quarterback tonight for the Eagles is Kevin Guerra. Guerra's leading the offense tonight. Accompanied in the backfield by number 27, I believe, Damian Cortez. Looks like from up here. 2nd and 7 for the Eagles. A handoff to Cortez, getting drugged down the back. Shoelace tackled by one of the Bobcats. Looks like number 89 on the tackle there for Edinburg High School. That's Jordan Ayala, the junior defensive lineman. Last week for the Bobcats didn't go as well as they would have planned, even though a big victory. Coach Guzman wasn't happy about the win. A lot of mistakes, a lot of penalties, something that he told me they don't have a week to fix, that it takes time. 3rd and 4 for the Eagles. Back to Cortez, cuts it back inside. Now back to the outside, tries to make one more man miss. And a big first down goes for the Eagles as they cross over to enemy territory. The ball's going to be spotted on the Bobcats' 45-yard line. And that's where they're going to start with a 1st and 10. 10:45 and counting to go here in quarter number 1. A fast start for the Eagles. A 3rd down conversion for them. Puts them in good company here in enemy territory. Guerra in the shotgun. Drops back to pass, getting tackled quickly as the pressure from the defensive lineman, or I believe that's the safety coming down. That's number 28 on the tackle there for the Bobcats. Alexander Trevino, the Bobcat, coming out for the weak side. Able to embarrass the tackle there and get around him. Sack the quarterback as that goes for a loss of 3, bringing up a 2nd and 13 for the Mission Eagles. Second and 13, 9:50 and counting as Guerra motions out Cortez as a receiver. Empty back set now. Looking quickly, a quick screen pass right there to the tight end down the middle. That's going to bring him past the original line of scrimmage, maybe about 2 yards. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 8. Looks like to me from up here, that was a tight end on the catch, number 85, Eduardo Garcia. About 9:20 now left to go here. And we have a 3rd and 8. They converted on 3rd down last time after a big long run from Cortez. We'll see if they can do just that. Bobcats looking like they're going to bring the pressure on this play. Guerra checks out of the call, looking for a different play call now. Let's see what he has drawn up his sleeve. He drops back to pass. Pressure comes. He's going to scramble himself. Taking off. Gets the first down just barely. Almost stays on his feet. Fights for a couple more yards, and the clock continues to roll. That's a huge first down gain right there for Guerra as he keeps the drive alive for his Eagles. No flags on that last play. You could say a perfect start, a semi-perfect start here. A perfect start will end in a touchdown of points on the scoreboard. As we're down now to 8:31. Sun glaring from the top right of your screen. Trying to get that out the way, but it's going to take a couple more minutes as the sun goes down. A quick screen play out to the right side is going to fall incomplete as the clock stops with 8:18 left to play. Clock stops. Opportunity. Look at that last run on a 3rd and 8 by Guerra. As pressure was coming, he felt it, scrambled out. Almost did look like he wasn't going to get it, but he got it nonetheless. That brings up a first down, and this is where we're at now. 2nd and 10. First pass went incomplete. We'll see what they have drawn up for him here next. Handoff down to Cortez. The big bruising back gets it down to about a 20-yard line. Maybe a bit short. Looks like it's gonna be a 3rd and 2. An 8-yard gain there for Cortez. As we drip down past 8 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching tonight's game, we're currently still in the first quarter, obviously. Let us know where you're watching from. It could be from anywhere in the United States, around the world, even down the street in Mission. Just let us know. We'll give you a shout out here, personally, from me to you. 3rd and 2, read option. Guerra takes it himself. It looks like they're going to mark him just a bit short as the official there with the L in the back of his jersey holds up the fist. But the other official is going to give him the first down. So a 1st and 10 for the Eagles. The drive continues on a 3rd and 2. A 3rd and 8 was converted. Now a 3rd and 2 was converted. As we go down to 7:09 here in quarter number 1. Sun slowly going down, slowly but surely. This creeps out of the screen as the Eagles make their way towards the end zone as he fires to the end zone, incomplete. And that stops the clock with 6:54. Intended receiver was number 5. That was Josiah Guzman, again of no relation to me. And the clock stops at 6:54. And we're faced with a 2nd and 10. A good amount of fans on both sides of the stadium here for the Mission side. And for the Bobcats, the home team. Guerra motions out his running back. Looks for him. Goes across the field. Pass goes incomplete. Intended for his tight end, Garcia. As that brings up a 3rd and 10 now. Eagles known for converting on their 3rd downs. We'll see if they can do it here in this next play. Substitutions at the running back position or receiver position. It's going to be Guerra and Cortez in the backfield. Kevin Guerra dropping back to pass, and the whistle's blown quickly. And looks like we have a false start on the Eagles. Is going to set them back 5 yards, bringing up a 3rd and 15. And a timeout, the first one of the game, gets called by Mission High School. Coach Daniel Longoria wants to talk some things over in this 3rd down play. It's going to take us to a break as well here on Real Sports Live. We'll be right back after this.
A nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniform.
Quick message from our sponsors. Thank you for everyone who sponsors us, keeps us going here on Real Sports Live. After the break, Mission took a timeout, 3rd and 15, as Guerra drops back to pass, has the receiver, and it goes straight to the dirt. And that brings up a 4th and 15 now. We'll see what Coach Longoria decides to do. If he decides to bring on the field goal unit or keep the offense on the board. Clock stops at 6:45. And Guerra's down, talking to Coach Longoria right now. On the sideline, you see it there at the 30, the bottom of your screen. Looks like they have a play call, and the offense is going to stay on the field to the 4th and 15. Let's see if the Bobcats can stop the offense here. They're known to convert on 3rd downs, but the pressure's on here on 4th down. 15 yards to go for a first. Guerra drops back to pass, gets swallowed up quickly by the defensive line of the Bobcats as the clock stops with 6:38. And the Bobcats have their first stop of the night. Hopefully they're not their last, as we take a look at the replay there. No blocking effort by the offensive lineman. Bobcats brought the heat on that last play, and they showed up quickly. Now here we are back. Offense for the Bobcats, currently 2-2 on the season. It's quarterback Rolando Abrego, who had a nice fair game last week. He had 4 touchdowns total, 2 on the ground, 2 on the air, and there he goes. Takes it for himself with a nice gain. Looks like it's going to go for 6 yards. Going to bring up a 2nd and 4 for Edinburg High School. Got a couple shout outs coming. Someone's watching from Connecticut, Miguel Arce. As we get Abrego calling his own number once again. And he's going to be just a yard shy of the first down with a 3rd and 1. We also have the quarterback, Kevin Guerra's sister, watching from Austin. Mariana Mata, thank you for tuning in. And we got another shout out to Mike Cock. He's watching from San Antonio. Quick handoff down the middle to Gonzalez. Takes it to the left-hand side. Has one man to beat, and he gets pushed out of bounds with a big run there. That was number 30, Jacob Gonzalez for the Bobcats. Bobcats hurrying quickly to the line of scrimmage in Eagle territory with a 1st and 10 at the Eagles' 36-yard line. We'll see what they can do here. They can convert on any sort of points. They have the lead. Another handoff down to Gonzalez, trying to get drugged down from the back, but body slammed down by the linebacker, number 40, Ezekiel Guardos. Second and 6 for the Bobcats. A 4-yard gain from Gonzalez on that last play. Puts the Bobcats down to the 32-yard line of the Eagles as Abrego calls for the snap, takes it. Quick RPO action, shotgun. Strike to the outside. The left side is the receiver, number 11, Raul Ramirez on the reception. And it looks like that's enough for a Bobcats first down. As Abrego's going to take that for himself once again. Going to get swallowed up quickly, but not after he gains a chunk of yardage. Is going to bring up a 2nd and 2, and they're going to rush quickly to the line once again. Read option. He's going to keep it for himself. 2 yards is all he needs for a new set of downs. And it looks like he's going to get it. There's the official left side of your screen calling for the first down. And the Bobcats moving the ball fairly quickly down the field. No answer from the Eagles defense. as Abrego is inside the red zone. 12 yards to go before they find pay dirt. He's going to look for a different call from the sideline. Echo it to the lineman, and we're going to see if this one works. Abrego's going to drop back to pass. Fade pass, back shoulder, incomplete. Intended for number 4 receiver, Rivers Martinez. We got somebody else, Jose Reyes. He's watching all the way from Wyoming. And somebody else is watching from Missouri. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're an alumni, these two teams go way back. Bobcats just recently played their 100th game. I'm sure Mission, one of the staple schools here in the RGV, has been around for a while. So if you're an alumni, let us know what class you're watching from, or let us know where you're watching from and what class you are, and you'll have a shout out. Quick handoff there to Gonzalez. Goes for a loss of 2 as they're faced with a 3rd and 12. .328 here in quarter number 1. A 3rd and 12 for the Bobcats. And Abrego's going to change the call once again. There you see him at the front of the line. We have Ruben Cepeda watching from Guadalajara, Mexico. Abrego's going to roll out to the right. Has green grass, looking for blocks down the field. Makes one defender miss, but can't make the rest as he tries to get pushed forward. And he's going to get stopped. Maybe short of the 5-yard line. Looks like we're going to call it the 6 from up here. That's where the official's going to stand at the 6-yard line. A 4th and 2. And the kicking unit is going to come onto the field for the Bobcats as they're going to look for 3 points on their opening drive. We'll see if they can get him here. We need a conversion from number 49, Joseph Sanchez. We have Andel Sainz watching from Fort Myers, Florida. Thank you for tuning in, Mr. Sainz. Sanchez, kick is up and away. Only missed one last week in their 49-9 win over the Jaguars. Bobcats lead 3-0 over the Eagles. Each team has had possessions on the offensive side. 2:19 left to play. We'll be back after this with the kickoff here on Real Sports Live.
The opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after, I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
Bobcats kickoff team on the field. They weren't there they weren't there too long ago, and here they are once again. Eagles kick return unit back on the field as well. It's going to be Sanchez, Joseph Sanchez to be exact, kicking it off once again to the Eagles as it's fielded around the 10-yard line, trying to make something happen. Fumble on the play as we're going to try and figure out who gets the ball, waiting for the official to signal it. Looks like the Eagles are going to keep possession of it as the clock goes down to 2:11. Mistakes cannot happen. That's another thing that Coach Longoria was telling me in the beginning of the game, that mistakes are going to happen, and at the end of the day, it's about who makes the most tackles and who makes the best plays to be the victor of tonight's game. Right now, the Bobcats lead 3-0. We'll see if the Eagles offense can do anything as the sun starts to set over the horizon, over the stands. The Eagles are back on the field for drive number 2. It's Kevin Guerra handing it off to his running back down the middle, Cortez. Pushing and falling forward every yard he can get. Well, he got there on that last play. He's going to fall forward for a nice chunk of yardage. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 2 for the Eagles. They started their drive back at about the 20. I believe that the 29-yard line, and here they are, or the 26-yard line. And here they are with a 3rd and 2. Another handoff to Cortez, trying to make defenders miss, running east and west, not north and south, as he's going to have enough for a 1st down. 2 yards is all they needed to gain, and he got just that. 1st down now for the Eagles. Once again, the drive stays alive. We have Andy Rodriguez watching from Pasadena, California, and Mr. Leo Khalifa Jr. watching from Toronto, Canada. How's the weather up there, Mr. Leo? As Guerra drops back to pass, screenplay to the left-hand side. Bobcats are there quickly. Can't tackle them, but eventually the gang shows up as that goes for about 2 yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 8, I believe. That was number 6 on the reception. Excuse me, number 5 on the reception, Josiah Guzman. For the Eagles, a 2nd and 8, 2-yard gain on the screenplay. Wasn't much, but it keeps them alive. We have Tacho Luna watching from Corpus Christi. Edward Rosales watching from Port Lavaca, Texas. As Guerra finds his receiver Garcia. Crossing the 40, going up to about the 42-yard line. It's going to be short. Bringing up a 3rd and 1, I believe. Maybe a 3rd and 2 as the official spot. And that's going to do it for quarter number 1 here at Richard R. Flores Stadium. Both teams are getting ready to switch sides as 12 minutes is back on the clock. And we're going to switch the quarter as well. Julio Tijerina watching from offshore in the Gulf of Mexico, watching his Bobcats play. And Kevin Guerra, the quarterback, has a nice fan base. He has a sister in Austin and a sister in Lubbock. She's Faith Guerra. She's watching from Lubbock, Texas as well. As the Bobcats and the Eagles have switched sides of the field. Only 12 minutes, and these two teams are going to be taking it to the half, and then the Bobcats will receive right after the halftime. Guerra takes the snap to Cortez, handing it off down the middle. Nice run. 2 yards was needed, but he got a whole lot of them as he crosses into Bobcats territory with a nice gain of a 1st down to come along with it. We have Nick Gurr watching from Fort Worth, Texas. .11:38 left to play here as we just started quarter number 2. The Eagles just crossed over into Bobcat territory at their own 48. Guerra dropping back to pass, looking, gets swallowed up, but evades a couple of tackles and eventually gets brought down. First point of contact was number 89, Jordan Ayala, but the one who finished it off was number 99, Yaheli Herrera. That's going to bring the Eagles all the way back. Loss of 9 yards, and a flag gets thrown on the play to come along with it. Here's the official. Another false start here for the Eagles, sending them back 5 more yards after a loss of 9 on the sack. Now they're set up and faced with a 2nd and 24. Well, the drive started in the Bobcats territory. They're pushed back all the way to the opposite 38 as Guerra's going to take that for himself. Nice big hole, nice carry as he's going to bring up a 3rd down for his Bobcats, but it's going to be, first down for his Eagles. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 here. Under 10 minutes to play. Eight yards to go for a first down here for the Eagles out of Mission High School. Direct snap to the running back, as that's going to go maybe for a gain of 1 or a loss of 1. But nonetheless, it's going to bring up a 4th down, as that did not go the way they would have planned that to go, or the way it was probably planned to go. The punting unit comes onto the field. It's number 17, Luis Silva. Silva's going to be punting it away to number 1, Ben Gonzalez, the junior defensive back. As the punt is up and away, Gonzalez lets it bounce some and lets it roll inside the 20. Going to be spotted at about the 16-yard line, and that's where the Bobcats are going to take over for drive number 2. Hopeful for more than a touchdown here on this one, or more than a field goal here. Bobcats now on the field. Abrego in the empty set, motioning over one of his receivers. A read option, but he handed off and he found the lane. He's taken off, nothing but speed, and finally gets caught down past the 30. That was number 10, Noel Serna, on the carry for the Bobcats as they hurry back to the line. Another handoff to Serna, the running back, trying to find a hole as he bounces it out. That's going to go for another huge gain. Looks like another first down, maybe, unless he's short a yard. It is going to bring up a 2nd and 1. 2 big plays there by Serna keeps the drive going as the Eagles show pressure and bring it as well. Abrego's going to keep it for himself. He can't find the hole, but he has more than enough for a first down as the drive stays alive for the Bobcats. .8:11 left to play here in quarter number 1 as the clock continues to set up. Everyone's ready to go on the field. We just need the snap and the play to come along with it. Read option. Gabrego's going to keep it for himself. A nice gain as he falls forward for a first down, getting across to the opposite 45-yard line. A 1st and 10 at the opposite 45. Abrego's going to keep it for himself, rolling to the right-hand side. Finds room down the sideline and just cruises out as the clock stops with 7:29. And another first down from the Bobcats, keeping this drive alive. The offense is just moving down the field with ease. Eagles have no answer for it. Luckily, they got about 28 minutes and a half to talk about it, but they got to stop them now. Another read option to the right for Abrego. He's going to keep it as he goes out of bounds. .7:10 left to play. A 2nd and 6 for the Bobcats, as they've been moving the ball fairly quickly. A drive that started at their opposite 11-yard line. And they're already at the opposite 28 in Eagle territory. We'll see what they can do here with a 2nd and 6. Abrego drawing the defense off sides as the clock stops at 6:44. Here's the official.
Number 65 of the offense. He's 5 yards. Replay. 2nd down.
And he actually drew one of his own linemen offsides. So a false start there for the Bobcats, sending him back 5 yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 16. 2nd and 11, excuse me. As Abrego's in the pistol action, handoff down to Serna, has a lane, and he falls forward. Looks like they're going to be back at his 3rd and 6 this time. Maybe less, or maybe more. Maybe a 3rd and 5, a nice 6-yard gain. They got those 5 yards back. Well, they got 6 yards, a little more than that. As a jet sweep down the left side, that's a different receiver trying to get it and spread the wealth. Dylan Garza has the ball as he rolled out of bounds with 6:10. Clock is going to continue once again.
Ball carrier for the Bobcats. He's run out of bounds by the Eagle defense. Ball being set at the 16-yard line. Sets up a 2nd and 8 for Edinburg High.
A 2nd and 8 here for the Bobcats. A screenplay to the outside has blockers, but the Eagles were quick to it. That's number 8 on the reception, Christian Ramirez. As we head down past the 5-minute mark. And 3, 2, 1. Here we are, 5 minutes left to play. Bobcats taking their time as the play clock is down to 13, 12, 11, and 10 seconds. Abrego motions his receiver. Another jet sweep to the right, has green grass as he dives into the end zone, but they're going to mark him 2 yards short as that stops the clock with 4:40. And now the Bobcats have a 1st down. They only have 4 tries now. 1st and goal, 2nd and goal, 3rd and goal, 4th and goal. We'll see how many tries it takes them to get in the end zone. For them, well, they're hoping for just 1. And for the Eagles, well, they need a couple stops if they want to keep this game close. And they want to keep themselves in it. Abrego's going to go under center. I formation, something we haven't seen. Motions over his defensive line. He's going to keep it for himself. And he's going to be short. That's going to bring up a 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line, and a timeout's going to be called by Mission. Once again, we'll be back after this here on Real Sports Live.
I love what I do. I
love
really
what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Real Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And the Eagles back on the field ready for some action as they need a huge defensive stop here to not let 7 points go on the board. We'll see if the Bobcats can convert. They were first at a 1st and goal with 2 yards to go. Now they're here at a 2nd and goal with 2 yards to go. With 1 yard to go, excuse me. Abrego's back under center. Look for the QB sneak. He's going to hand it off to his fullback as he just falls in for the end zone, and the Bobcats have 6 on the board. That was Jonathan Duran, the linebacker, on the carry. And there's the Bobcats. Sounds of the game.
Deep snapping on the extra point, number 99, Joseph Sanchez will be attempting the extra
Bobcats up 9-0. The extra point is going to be coming from number 49, Joseph Sanchez. He made the field goal earlier. We'll see if he can convert just one as it goes through the uprights, and the Bobcats have 10. We'll be back with the kickoff after this here on Real Sports Live.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles, how about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you, Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're
Bobcats JROTC was on the field getting a quick pump in. They had to do 10 push-ups each for the 10 points that the Bobcats have on the board. I don't know if they got him in. They had to rush him off as the Eagles were trying to take their places on the kickoff return unit. 10-0 is the score. Bobcats are leading. 2 drives end in scoring plays. The first one in a field goal, the second one in a touchdown. As that gets taken from about the 15, trying to reverse fields is number 5 on the carry, Josiah Guzman. But he takes it all the way down to the 30-yard line. And that's where that's where the Eagles are going to start their drive. Number 3 here in half number 1. As they need to put points on the board before the halftime. Because Bobcats will be receiving the second half kickoff. And that just gives them an opportunity, well, to put some more points on the board when they come out of half. I'm sure they're going to have different things drawn up. So stay tuned for our halftime show. We're going to be talking about halftime scores around the valley, and we have a fumble recovery from the Bobcats. A mistake by Kevin Guerra puts it on the ground, and the Bobcats have it, as that's going to go back to Edinburg High School. We'll take a look at the replay. As Guerra never had possession of the ball on that one. That was number 89, Jordan Ayala. Already a couple tackles for losses, a sack recorded for sure, and now a fumble recovery. That gives the Bobcats the ball with good field position and the opposite 27-yard line. Abrego, a quick snap to the outside, but a flag gets thrown. Here's the official.
The first half, full start, number 65 with the offense. Be 5 yards, replay, first down.
As the false starts are killing the Bobcats, they were able to overcome one in the last drive. We'll see if they can overcome this one. A 1st and 15 for Edinburg High School with 4:04 left to play here in quarter number 2. Abrego sends his man in motion, pressure from the opposite side, gonna fade it over the top to his receiver, and that is caught, but he's gonna be out of bounds. That pass was intended for Christian Ramirez, as it stops the clock with 3:59. The Bobcats have some time now to think about what they want to run in their next play. Why not take a shot deep on the first play? They were probably gonna do it on a 1st and 10. Well, they did it on a 1st and 15, and here they are now. 2nd and 15, as they weren't able to convert with 3:59 left to play in the quarter. Bobcats looking to put some more points. Abrego takes a snap, hands it off to Gonzalez. As that goes forward for about 2 yards, is going to bring up a 3rd and 13 now. As the Bobcats wait for the call from the sideline. Jet sweep. Abrego dropping back to pass. Tunnel screen down the middle, but the corner's there for it quickly. That was number 23 coming in quickly with heat. Jude Jaime, or Jaime Jude, either way. It works. The first name as a last name and the last name as a first name. Came in quickly on the tunnel screen. As I was mentioning before, the fumble had happened. Halftime, we're going to preview some highlights from the first half. Right now, there hasn't been many, but there's a handful, you could say. 2 scores on the board only for both sides. A fumble, a couple tackles, a couple sacks. As the Bobcats take a timeout with 2:32, and we're going to take one as well here in Real Sports Live. We'll be back after this. Quick message from our sponsors.
Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We are the Harlingen Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rolando Vegas, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
We are those Red Zone Lady Falcons, and this is Real Sports Live.
Back here after the timeout, Bobcats on the field with the 4th and 14. Gonna take a chance here as Abrego is dropping back to pass, escapes pressure, finds his running back Gonzalez with the green grass. One man to miss as he tiptoes down the sideline, and they're gonna mark him for a touchdown. Bobcats getting on the board, converting, and they score just before half once again. 16-0 is the score, as we are definitely gonna have to take a look at that replay just after the extra point is kicked. You see the sunset there on the top of your screen. Beautiful sunset here in the RGV. That was 30 on the touchdown reception. Jacob Gonzalez able to convert as Sanchez hits it right through the uprights for the PAT, and we're 17-0. And here's a replay by Gonzalez. You see Abrego scrambling out late, able to tiptoe down the sideline. It's 17-0. That's what makes it. We'll be back with a kickoff and a quick message from our sponsors here on Real Sports Live.
The Texas A&M Kingsville. Somos una familia. Nosotros nos apoyamos. Trabajamos juntos. Crecemos juntos. Triunfamos juntos. Nos inspiramos los unos a los otros para convertirnos en las grandes mentes del futuro. Estamos aquí para asegurarnos que tú triunfes. Aplica hoy para empezar. Es tu momento.
Welcome back here, Texas A&M Kingsville, one of our sponsors. The Javelinas. A lot of RGV players on the roster. Once Michael Salinas went over to head coach them as he left from Westaco to Kingsville. It's Joseph Sanchez with a kickoff once again, sending it back deep around the 5-10 yard line. It's Guzman taking it back to the 25.
Josiah Guzman returning the kickoff. He's brought down by number 5, Ryan Udino. The correction on the tackle, number 9, Alex Guerra.
As we started the fall season on Wednesday, or Monday, I believe. It was actually yesterday we started the fall season. So welcome to fall, everybody. Starting to be fresh outside. I know these fans are enjoying a couple with long sleeves, a couple with jackets. As Guerra threads the needle, it hits his running back's chest and falls incomplete, as we are stuck with a 2nd and 12. Handoff back to Cortez. Makes a couple of defenders miss. Runs into his own lineman. As we have passed the 2-minute warning here at Richard Flores Stadium. .145 and counting as Guerra's faced with a 3rd and 2. He's going to call his zone number. It gets swallowed up quickly from the defensive lineman, number 89, Jordan Ayala. Has had that offensive lineman number all night long, getting past him. He's leaving the door open as he comes knocking in. That's going to bring up a 4th down. And I believe the punting unit is going to come back onto the field. But we do have a timeout called with a 4th and 4. We're going to stay with you real quick on this one as we look back to last week's win for for Mission High School. 28-24, a last-second touchdown. Put them on top and took them away with the victory. There's a student section for the Bobcats, as we mentioned them. They had a win 49-9 last week. The week before was a 48-2 win over Juarez Lincoln here at home. So this is their 3rd game playing here at Richard R. Flores Stadium in a row. And their first 2 weeks didn't go as planned. 14-6 loss to Mackay and a 26-24 loss to Brownsville Rivera. We'll mention Mission stats or their look back at their games just very shortly. As Silva punts it away, almost blocked, but it goes straight up into the air. Comes down, takes a bounce. It's going to be spotted around the 42-yard line, maybe the 43. As the Bobcats trot back onto the field with 1:18 left to play in the quarter. We'll see what they decide to do. Decide to run it out or decide to try and score again. As for Mission, their first week against their crosstown rival, they had a barely squeezed by that win, 13-12. And then they faced Westlaco at home. That was a 23-20 loss. Barely losing that one. Then La Jolla, 42-20 win. And then, of course, we mentioned last week, 28-24 win over Edinburg North. As Abrego is going to motion over his man, and he's going to get tackled for a loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10 as we have only seconds left here in quarter number 2 before the halftime. Abrego rolling out to the right, looking for a man, finds nobody, decides to take it off himself. And he's going to go forward maybe for a gain of 2 or 3. And we do have a man hurt on the field. We'll be back after this as he looks for assistance here on Real Sports Live.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Hey!
And there's the Bobcat band getting ready for their halftime performance. And here we are back on the field. That was Adrian Torres, number 99, their defensive lineman, who got hurt. He's walking back on the bottom right of your screen on his own 2 feet with his own power with the assistance of his training staff. 41 seconds left to go, and Abrego's going to drop back to pass. Have his running back, stays on his own 2 feet. And Noel Serna is going to fall forward for a first down as the clock is going to stop for the change to move with 27 seconds. And now it continues. Bobcats looking for 3 points or looking for it all. Abrego, quick snap, quick pass right there to his receiver. And looks like they're going to spike the ball with 14 seconds left. Rushing to the line. Can line up anywhere, and Abrego throws it in the dirt with 11 seconds left to be exact. They're going to take some time to talk it over, see what play they want to run. They see them huddling up there. First time they've kind of huddled up all night, other than the fact that they were faced with a 4th down and a 3rd down. Other than that, they were rushing quickly to the ball and making plays happen. There's number 99, Adrian Torres, the man who just came off the field due to injury. He's now back on the defensive line alongside his teammates, trying to get this stop and trying to keep the Bobcats out of the end zone just before the half. As we have a timeout called quickly, here's a flag and the official. They actually called them for a delay of game, so it's going to push them back 5 yards. Going to bring up a 2nd and 12. And they're pushed back to the Eagles' 41-yard line. Let's see what they have up their sleeve. A shot down the field. They tried it earlier, didn't work. Well, it worked. It went out of bounds, though. We'll see if they go back to it again. 11 seconds to work with. Abrego's in the empty set. Has a quick strike to his receiver. That was number 4 on the reception, Rivers Martinez. As they are not going to get back to the line for another play. That's going to do it here in the half. Bobcats jumping up and down in excitement as they lead 17-0. We are going to be back here shortly. With a little halftime update on what the deal is going on, what two teams can improve on, as the Bobcats are going to be receiving come the second half. 17-0 they lead, as we have halftime performances from both bands. You guys have the chance to enjoy that, but we're going to be listening to our sponsors' commercials due to copyright reasons. 28 minutes on the clock. We're back after you. We're back with you in a bit here on Real Sports Live.
And look for your motors, we're moving forward. Same great service, same great people, same great cars and trucks, and these great white letters. Our vision is crystal clear. Look for your motors. We're on the move.
We're the Lady Cougars, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Here at Texas A&M University, Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
Throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
I love what I do. I
love
really
what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're the Harlingen South Lady Hawks, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Awesome!
Service is attitude. How far are we willing to go to service our community, our dealership here for you, and you? Sky's the limit.
Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
We are Santa Rosa and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
We are Edinburg and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are La Villa and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc., you're gonna find the opportunity to purchase the best high quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
I love what I do. I
love
really
what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles? How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We are La Villa and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable. For condo and beach house rentals, call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We are the Harlingen Cardinals and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rodo Rodriguez and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
We are those Red Nose Lady Falcons, and this is Real Sports Live.
Aquí, en la Universidad de Texas A&M Kingsville, somos una familia. Nosotros nos apoyamos. Trabajamos juntos. Crecemos juntos. Triunfamos juntos. Nos inspiramos los unos a los otros para convertirnos en las grandes mentes del futuro. Estamos aquí para asegurarnos que tú triunfes. Aplica hoy para empezar. Es tu momento.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K 3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
And look for your motors, we're moving forward. Same great service, same great people, same great cars and trucks, and these great white letters. Our vision is crystal clear. Look for your motors. We're on the move.
We're the Lady Cougars and you're watching Real Sports Live. We are the Harlingen Lady Cardinals and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Here at Texas A&M University, Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're the Harlingen South Lady Hawks and you're watching Real Sports Live. Awesome!
Service is attitude. How far are we willing to go to service our community, our dealership here for you, and you? Sky's the limit.
We're the Red Texans and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
We are Santa Rosa and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
We are Edinburg Villa and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are La Villa and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
I love what I do. I
love
really
what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles, how about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable. For condo and beach house rentals, call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We are the Harlingen Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Real Sports Live. A little bit of a halftime update. Scores around the games that we are covering currently. We have Mission, or Ed Couch Elsa Mission, visiting Mission Veterans Memorial. They're leading 27-13. Mission Vets is winning that game right now at the half. And we also have the Mackay Bulldogs traveling all the way to Brownsville. They're taking on the Porter Cowboys. They're leading 21-7 there in that one. And of course, the game we got here tonight, you got the one that y'all are tuned into. 17-0 is the score. All Bobcats in the first half, as they're going to be the ones to be set to receive the second half kickoff in approximately 12-13 minutes, as there's 12:40 left on the clock. That play clock is the halftime clock. There's the band for the Eagles jotting off the field as the Bobcats are about to enter the field and have their turn, have their little halftime performance. But we got to talk about what the Eagles need to do. They need to play better defense, and they need to get the ball rolling on offense. They had a good drive to start it out, but it got stalled as Coach Longoria decided to go for it on a fourth down. And it didn't go much from there. It's been all downhill for the Eagles after that last play. They had as I mentioned before, the drive was phenomenal. Could have ended in points, but a fourth down stop for the Bobcats, and it's been all them after that. They got 3 points on that next drive, and then a touchdown started rolling in, a 4th and 15 conversion from Abrego to Gonzalez under pressure, and that puts the Bobcats up. Bobcats need to erase the little penalties. They got rid of the big pass interference from last week, the holding. Now they just need to get rid of the false start penalties, the jumping offsides penalties, and they're going to have a perfect game drawn up. Not a lot of penalties for them so far, just false starts. Now going back to Mission, they need to clean up the offense, the defense. They need to find a way to stop this rushing, passing attack coming from the Bobcats. Abrego's been able to run the ball. The quarterback, Noel Sedin, has been able to get a couple of jet sweeps and down up the middle in open space. And Bobcat, or the Mission, all they have right now is just Guerra under pressure, not able to keep the blocks from the offensive lineman. Cortez has a nice couple of runs down the middle, and the receivers just need to catch the ball on the outside when it's thrown to them. And I think the Mission Eagles have a chance to come back in this one. Not too far, only 3 scores. They have a lot of time to get some points on the board, but they need to do it quickly, and it all starts with a stop from the Bobcats as they open up the half. There's a Sargenets for the Bobcats on the field right now, doing their little number. And we're going to run some quick first half highlights. There's not a lot, maybe about 10 or 15. And then we're going to take you back, and we'll be back in 10 minutes for the second half kickoff here on Real Sports Live. So stay tuned because we're going to see you very soon. 3rd and 4 for the Eagles. Back to Cortez, cuts it back inside. Now back to the outside. Tries to make one more man miss. And a big first down goes. See what he has drawn up his sleeve. He drops back to pass. Pressure comes. He's going to scramble himself. Taking off. Gets the first down just barely. Almost stays on his feet. Fights for a couple more yards, and the clock continues to roll. That's a huge first 15. Let's see if the Bobcats can stop the offense here. They're known to convert on 3rd downs, but the pressure's on here on 4th down. 15 yards to go for a first. Guerra drops back to pass, gets swallowed up quickly by the defensive line of the Bob. Handoff down the middle to Gonzalez, takes it to the left-hand side, has one man to beat, and he gets pushed out of bounds with a big run there. That was number 30, Jacob Gonzalez. Guerra takes the snap to Cortez, handing it off down the middle. Nice run, 2 yards was needed, but he got a whole lot of them as he crosses into Bobcats territory. With a nice, their own 48. Guerra dropping back to pass, looking, gets swallowed up, but evades a couple of tackles and eventually gets brought down. First point of contact was number 89, Jordan Ayala, the one who finished it off. A read option, but he handed off and he found a lane. He's taken off, nothing but speed, and finally gets caught down past the 30. That was number 10, Noel here a second ago with 2 yards to go. With 1 yard to go, excuse me. Abrego's back under center, look for the QB sneak. He's gonna hand it off to his fullback as he just falls in for the end zone, and the Bobcats have 6 on the. They're gonna have different things drawn up. So stay tuned for our halftime show. We're gonna be talking about halftime scores around the valley, and we have a fumble recovery from the Bobcats. A mistake by Kevin Guerra, puts it on the ground, and the Bobcats. Jet sweep, Abrego dropping back to pass, tunnel screen down the middle, but the corner's there for it quickly. The pass escapes pressure, finds his running back Gonzalez with the green grass. One man to miss as he tiptoes down the sideline, and they're gonna mark him for a touchdown. And there's some of the first half highlights. We're gonna get these technical difficulties squared away. You see the camera buzzing out just a bit. We're gonna get that fixed for you, and then 7:43. We're going to be back here live from Richard R. Flores Stadium, getting ready to get this second half kicked off and underway as we look for the Mission Eagles to start their little comeback. We'll be back after this here on Real Sports Live.
Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
We are the Los Fresnos Lady Falcons, and this is Real Sports Live.
Aquí, en la Universidad de Texas A&M Kingsville, somos una familia. Nosotros nos apoyamos. Trabajamos juntos. Crecemos juntos. Triunfamos juntos. Nos inspiramos los unos a los otros para convertirnos en las grandes mentes del futuro. Estamos aquí para asegurarnos que tú triunfes. Aplica hoy para empezar. Es tu momento.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And look for your motors, we're moving forward. Same great service, same great people, same great cars and trucks, and these great white letters. Our vision is crystal clear. Look for your motors. We're on the move.
We're the Lady Cougars, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Here at Texas A&M University, Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're the Harlingen South Lady Hawks, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Hawks up!
Service is attitude. How far are we willing to go to service our community, our dealership here for you, and you? Sky's the limit.
We're the Red Texans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
We are Santa Rosa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
We are Edinburg, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best high-quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand.
And we are back ready for some football. Halftime over. Bobcats got their run out onto the field, and here are the Mission Eagles getting ready to mount their comeback. With 10 seconds left to go on halftime, they're getting their teams ready to go. And And the Bobcats taking their sweet time, their band taking their sweet time on the sidelines, finishing up their little number. As here's the sounds of the game from Richard R. Flores Stadium. We're ready to get this half underway, ready to go. 17-0 is the score. The Bobcats lead, and they're going to be the ones to start off half number 2 as the kicking unit's out on the field. For the Eagles, the Bobcats now make their way on the left side of your screen onto the field as well. Cheerleaders being thrown and carried in the air. The Sergeantettes are dancing, the band's going, and everyone's ready for the Eagles' comeback if they are able to make one. Bobcats anticipating the onside kick as they break out alongside the Eagles, all breaking out together. And we're ready to get this thing kicked off and ready to go. Luis Silva gets it underway as he pooches it to the right-hand side, falls right into a Bobcats hand. And we are ready as the Bobcats are going to start their first drive at their own 40-yard line. With a 1st and 10. Had a flag on the play. I believe it was an offsides on the defense or on the kickoff team. So they got pushed up 5 more yards. So here we are at their own 45. Originally should have been 40, but now the 45. Abrego in the quarterback position, ready to get half number 2 underway, and let's see how they started off. It's going to be a quarterback keeper to the left-hand side. Evading blocks, evading tackles, and eventually gets swallowed up after a gain of 1. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 9 with 11:50 here in quarter number 3. We talked about what they can do differently. The Eagles need a stop on defense, not just one, they need a couple. As Abrego and the offense has been on a roll all night. He's in a pistol formation with 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Now he stretches it out to the right-hand side where the blocks are. It's Gonzalez getting the carry. And he's going to go for just about a yard as well. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 8. And the Bobcats need to convert here to keep their drive alive. We'll see if they can do that. It's Noel Serna in the backfield with Abrego rolling out, sets his feet, tosses it out to the right-hand side, has his receiver. That's Rivers Martinez on the reception, but he's short of the first. We'll see if the offense stays out. They took a risk in quarter number 1, paid off, and here they are in quarter number 3, and they're going to bring on the punting unit. A huge stop there for the Eagles defense, as now all they need to do is convert and turn first downs into touchdowns. We'll see if they can do that, as they're going to have an opportunity to go on offense very quickly. Clock is still rolling. We're at 10:27 right now. 5 seconds left on the play clock. 4-3. They need to get this snap off. And they get it off. Sanchez boots it away. Takes a bounce at the 36. Tipped it. And the Bobcats might have recovered that one. We'll see what the official says. And there's Mission that's going to stay with it. It's going to stop the clock with 10 minutes flat. And Mission escaping that one, almost going back to the Bobcats with great field position. But they're going to have it back at their own 10-yard line. And that's how they are going to start drive number 1. We'll see what Guerra can do here. Still on the quarterback position, tosses it out to Guzman, a quick 5-yard stop route. Turns it into a first down as the chains move. There's going to be a flag, and here's the official. I'm not sure what the play was, or the flag was on. Pretty sure they took it away. So a 1st and 10 now at their own 23. Cortez gets the ball and swallowed up quickly. First point of contact is number 42 of the defense. Excuse me, 43. Ramon Vasquez. That brings up a 2nd and 8. As Guerra drops back to pass, has a receiver open. Guzman tips his fingers and falls incomplete. As that would have been a huge play, just a little bit quicker. Maybe a step was all he needed. And that would have been a huge gain and possibly a touchdown for the Eagles. A way to start off the second half as they're faced with a 3rd and 8. They're known for converting these 3rd downs. As we mentioned, we need to turn 1st downs into touchdowns to see if they can turn this 3rd down into a 1st down. 9:21, the clock starts. Guerra drops back to pass, needs to find somebody, finds nobody, but almost going the other way as that clock stops. As it was Ryan Gudino, the linebacker, almost there for the interception. Almost took that one back for 6. That's going to bring on the punting unit. And none other than Luis Silva, the punter. As the Bobcats defense comes with a stop here after drive number 1. Luis Silva takes the snap, and the punt is away. Not a skyrocket as he sends that one with some distance. He's going to take a hop, step, and a bounce at about the 40-yard line, and that's where the Bobcats are going to start their drive once again. We're going to take this all the way down to 9:04, matching up with the play clock here at Richard R. Flores Stadium. The Jumbotron, brand new, just got inputted a couple years ago, not too far off. Let's see what the Bobcats can do. If they can convert here, probably turn a 1st down into a touchdown or 3 points. None other. I know Coach Guzman would want some points on the board here in this next drive. Abrego hands it off to Gonzalez, who gets swallowed up quickly. Tackle for loss there for number 8 on the defense. That's Cristia Hernandez. Abrego now, loss of 1 for Gonzalez. He can't find nowhere to go, takes it himself, and he gets shoelace tackled. This time it's Luis Briceno. 8:15 here in the 3rd quarter. It's a 3rd and 7 for the Bobcats. We'll see if they can convert here. Mission needs to stop desperately so they can put some points on the board. Jet sweep, read option to Gonzalez down the middle, and he's going to be short of 1st down, maybe 2-3 yards short. And the punting unit is going to come on for the Bobcats with 7:33 and counting. As the camera starts shaking like there's an earthquake. Bobcats punting unit overloading the middle as Sanchez gets it away. Going to be fielded at about the 25, and a big play, big hit, fumble. It's going back to the Bobcats. And a huge turn of events there as the clock stops with 7:02. We must take a look at the replay. And of course we are. Here it is. There's the camera shaking because of the Mission fans. And just when they thought it was going their way, it came loose. The running back, number 30, Jacob Gonzalez, jumps on the ball quickly. And now the Bobcats have it at the opposite 39-yard line with a 1st and 10. And they have an opportunity now to put some more points on the board after being stopped with a 3-and-out. Abrego sends his man in motion, gets the handoff, evading a couple of tacklers. Needs a couple Eagles to pass by, but he's not going to do that. It's Raul Ramirez getting tackled on a huge jet sweep. As we've now hit the 7-minute mark. Another quarterback keeper, and Abrego is going to cruise his way into the end zone for 6. And the Bobcats taking the lead and extending it 23-0 as we await the extra point by Joseph Sanchez. The replay is coming right after this. Mission Eagles on the sidelines with their heads down. They need to keep their heads up because Coach Longoria tells them it's a 4-quarter game. They need to compete all the way through no matter what. It's going to go right through the uprights. The Bobcats leading 24-0. Here's the replay of Abrego's read option touchdown. Had a green grass, great blocking by the receivers. He's going to get tackled in the end zone, but that's not going to matter. It's 24-0. There's the band having a grand old time. There's the student section. They're doing their little roller coaster ride. And we're going to turn it over. Sounds of the game. Bobcat student section having a grand old time. I don't know if you heard the little screams that was coming from them as they jumped in joy. They survived the roller coaster. And they're surviving Mission right now with a comfortable lead, 24-0, with 6:50 left to play. The Bobcats are going to be set to kick it off once again. And the Eagles need to find some spark on offense, either from Cortez, the running back, from Guzman, the receiver, or from Guerra, the man behind it all, the quarterback. We'll see if the kick return team, the special teams unit, can spark a fire here in the Mission Eagle side of things as Sanchez gets it away.
Right at the 35-yard line, where Mission High will take over with 6:42 left to play in the 3rd quarter.
Nice return there by, excuse me. Nice return by the Eagles. Sets them up at their own 35-yard line. 6:42 left to play. Let's correct this clock. And Guerra hands it off to Cortez. Gets swallowed up quickly behind the line. Going to bring up 2nd and 9 here for the Eagles. 6:15 and counting. Guerra dropping back to pass. Has a receiver on the outside. Quick strike. It's going to go forward. Not enough for a 1st down, but it's going to bring up about a 3rd and 1. As the clock continues to roll under 6 minutes. Here we are in quarter number 3. 3rd and 1, a handoff down the middle for Cortez. Has a lane, makes one man miss, spins out of it. And now he's carrying Bobcats on his back after a nice gain right there. That's a huge 1st down play as the the Mission fans jump in joy for that one. .528 and counting after a 1st down. The Eagles have now entered the Bobcat territory. Guerra dropping back to pass. Quick strike to Guzman to the outside. Shakes off one defender, but the Bobcats start coming in. Guzman is going to be awarded forward progress. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 1, a 9-yard gain right there. Nice reception. Way to fight for those yards. Keep the forward progress alive. Let's look for a handoff to Cortez, and he gets it. Down the middle, not much, but his lineman pushes him for the first down. As the clock stops at 4:43. And now the Eagles starting to move the ball here. Spark the fire on the kickoff return, as mentioned before. And here we are, opposite 23-yard line, as Guerra's going to take it for himself. And he's going to fall quickly forward for a gain of about 3. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 7. Guerra taking the snap once again. Quick pass to Guzman on the outside. Does he have the reception? Yes, he does, as he fell quickly. But it's going to bring up a nice gain. Going to bring up a 3rd down and about 3. So they only need 3 yards. And Cortez comes back into the game. The big bruising back, Damian Cortez. As Guerra's going to keep it for himself, tries to muscle through the Bobcats defense, reaching for the touchdown, and the Eagles are on the board. It took them 3 quarters to get there, but nonetheless, they are in the end zone. They found pay dirt as we await the extra point. Extra point courtesy of Danny Montes. He has a snap up and through the uprights. And there come the Eagles, 6 on the board, and here's the replay of Guerra's touchdown run. Able to reach last second. You saw the arm stretch out, and that gave him the touchdown. There's the Bobcats fans. They don't like that. They wanted a shutout. They're not getting it. A lot of empty seats, but not a lot on the Bobcat side. There you were panning through them. 3:34 left to play, and we're back on the field. Mission on the field, getting ready to kick it off. Bobcats. 2 receivers back, 2 back to receive. Ben Gonzalez and number 6. I believe Rolando Abrego, although I may be wrong. I don't know why they have their quarterback back there. As the kick is away by Silva. It's going to be short, and the Bobcats are going to recover it at the 40-yard line. That was actually number 8 back to receive, Christian Ramirez. And here we are at 3:33. It took off a 2nd. And now the Bobcats are back on the field on offense. Abrego looking to lead another solid drive. Got stopped his last 2, and here comes the pressure from Mission. They're ready for the jet sweep as he gets knocked up and goes backwards. That was number 53 on the tackle from the Bobcats. Or excuse me, for Mission. Number 54, Cesar Lopez with the tackle. As Abrego's going to quarterback, keep it to the right-hand side. Nice blocking there by his running backs and linemen, but it's going to be enough for just a yard, maybe 2. As Sebastian Valderas was there for the quick tackle. We're now down to 2:40 here in quarter number 3. Game going by fairly quickly. 24-7 is a score. The Eagles need 3 to take a lead. As Abrego motions out, Gonzalez going to reverse fields to the left-hand side. Has his receiver as he gets knocked. It looks like it might be short a yard. That was number 4 on the reception, Rivers Martinez. The little tunnel screen down the middle. And the Bobcats are going to go for it. The Eagles fans are on their feet. A handoff. Abrego's going to keep it for himself. They're there for it. As he pushes forward, it's a first down for the Bobcats. 4th down conversion is more than enough good. And there it is. The PA announcer said the Bobcats gain a first down here with 1:52 and counting in the 3rd quarter. Eagles desperately needed that stop, but nonetheless a lot of football to play. The fat lady has not sung. Abrego sends his man in motion. Jet sweep. That's Raul Ramirez on the carry. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. That last jet sweep went nowhere. 1:18 and 17 counting. Left in quarter number 3. And the Bobcats are at Eagles territory. 49-yard line. There's a motion. Abrego taking the snap once again. Eagles not finding a stop there as Abrego falls forward for a huge gain of a first down. Clock is going to stop with a minute. And we do have a player down. We'll be back after this here on Real Sports Live.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
We are La Villa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We are the Harlingen Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rodo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
And we are back here. An injury on the field is never something that we want to show, so we're here for the upsides of sports, not for the downsides, but that was number 28, Luis Briseño. As we have an illegal motion on the field, here's the official for the call. Sending him back 5 yards. The Bobcats are going to set up 1st and 15. Going back to the injury, that was Luis Briseño, the defensive back for the Eagles, got carried off by his trainers and a couple of his teammates. He's getting attention right now by some of the medical staff. So hope for a speedy recovery, and it's nothing major for Mr. Briseño. Hope to see you back on the field soon, if not this week, then next week. Abrego takes the snap as Gonzalez takes it down the middle. He's going to be stopped quickly. A gain of about 1. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 14 now for the Bobcats. We're under 20 seconds, and it looks like they're just going to send this to quarter number 4. And that's going to do it for quarter number 3. The fours are up on both sides of the stadium on the sideline. We're going to be right back as they flip the fields. Quick commercial break. Now these two teams are eager beavers. They want to get this thing going right away. As it's 24-7, we enter the 4th quarter, 12 minutes left. And that will be the deciding factor of tonight's victor. Bobcats quickly on the field with a 2nd and 14. As we're going to get this fourth quarter underway in a situation like that. Abrego's going to roll out to the right. Has his receiver on a comeback going right through his hands as that falls incomplete. That was number 8, Christian Ramirez. The intended receiver. Slipped on his route. Wasn't able to recover quickly. So here he is. 11:55 now. Clock stops there. Abrego on the offense getting the play call from the sidelines. And now they're ready to set back up and get this 3rd and 14 underway. We'll see what they decide to do here. Abrego sends his man in motion quickly. If pressure comes as Ramirez gets redemption, makes one man miss. Needs a couple left to go, but gets tackled up from the back. A nice gain right there for Christian Ramirez of the Bobcats. Showing off a little bit of speed, a little bit of agility to go alongside with it. Abrego takes the snap, pressure coming, escaping the pressure, rolling out to the right, and just trots out of bounds. Looks like that's going to go maybe for a yard or 2. As the Bobcats now need a score, they do not have an opportunity to get first downs anymore. They need 6 yards to go, and it's 2nd and goal right now for them. Abrego sends his man in motion. Quarterback keeper to the right-hand side. Power option. And he cruises into the end zone once again. And 6 more points go on the board for the Bobcats of Edinburg High School. Sanchez gets it up and away through the uprights. And the Bobcats now have 31 on the board compared to the Eagles' 7. Not a lot of things going good for the Eagles. As the Bobcats scored, here's the replay from Abrego's touchdown run. See the man in motion, sets up an extra blocker. The running back did his assignment. The linemen did their thing. And Abrego leading this Bobcats offensive charge tonight, 31-7. We'll see if the Eagles can get some points on the board. Here we are in the fourth quarter, 11:30. It looks like this fourth quarter is taking a lot longer than the whole game. We'll see what happens next. There's Sanchez kicking it up and away, pooching it to the right side as it takes a bounce. The Bobcats quickly going to it, wanting to recover it, but it's going to go out of bounds at the 20-yard line. And that's where the Eagles are going to start their next drive. Looking for some points. They found some on the last one, but the Bobcats came back and answered right. Returned their call on that one, so now it's 31-7. We'll see if the Eagles out of Mission High School can do something about this situation. Quick handoff to Cortez as he keeps moving those legs. He's going to fall forward for a nice little gain. It's going to go for 4, it looks like, maybe 5. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 6. As Guerra shoots it out to the right side, his receiver wanting to catch it before he runs. It's going to be a gain of a 1st down as the official waves his hands in the air like he just doesn't care and moves the chain gang over 10 more yards. As we look ahead of the schedule for tomorrow's game, we have a pretty hefty schedule on Real Sports Live. A lot of games will be covered tomorrow as Guerra drops back. Looks for a receiver, finds nobody, runs himself, and gets back to the original line of scrimmage. 10:20 left to play. Here's some games that are happening in the RGV. Brownsville Hannah is going to visit Harlingen South. We're going to be there for that one. Roma and Mercedes at 7:30's kickoff, all of these games. Fremont at Marine Military Academy. Edinburg Vela versus Edinburg North. That's going to be here at Richard R. Flores Stadium tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Harlingen at Brownsville Rivera. Another game on tomorrow's schedule for us, as well as Valley View at Pioneer. And then we move up into the Upper Valley, I guess you could say. We have some Alice at H.M. King. Corpus Christi Carroll's taking on Corpus Christi Ray. Rockport Fulton at Raymondville. Corpus Christi London is going to be at Bishop. Falfurrias at Lyford. Odom at Santa Rosa. Hebronville at Taft. And volleyball, we have one volleyball game on the schedule tomorrow. It's going to be Corpus Christi Ray at Corpus Christi Carroll. As that pass goes incomplete, intended for his receiver, the tight end Garcia. And a 4th down stop brings on the defense, or the punting unit, and eventually the defense for the Mission Eagles. Saturday, we got some football on the schedule as well. September 25th, Waco La Vega is going to be at Corpus Christi Miller, and then Promview is going to be at Brownsville Veterans. And our volleyball lineup for Saturday, La Jolla at Economides, Westaco at Harlingen South, Pioneer is going to be at Sherryland. That's going to be a great one. PSJ North at Mission High, and Palmview at Mission Veterans. So there's our look ahead of this weekend's schedule. Also stay tuned on our social medias, our YouTube, our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram. We post what games we're going to be at, our weekly schedule. So tomorrow, if you tune in the morning or maybe later tonight, you'll see what games we're covering tomorrow, and you can pick what game you want to tune into. We're going to be live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Don't forget to give us a follow, a shout out, a like, a comment, a subscription. Tell your friends about it, tell your families about it. As the Bobcats are back on the offensive side of things here in this one. 9:11 left to play here in quarter number 4. And they have a commanding lead, 31-7. Right now, it doesn't look like the Eagles are going to make the comeback that we all would have hoped for and give us a great game. But they played all 4 quarters, and that's all that matters. We're down to the 8:50 mark, as Abrego has 3 receivers to his left in the pistol formation, and pressure's coming from Mission on a 2nd and 10. It's going to be a quick handoff to the right or the left as he cuts it back inside, still on his feet. That's number 10, Noel Serna, with a nice carry there for the Bobcats. As they move it over to the Eagles territory. As they're quickly to the line, Eagles aren't even set up. Abrego's going to take it for himself. Has green grass, trying to make a defender miss on a hurdle, and eventually going to get brought down. 8:09 and counting now. But we do have a player down on the field. We're going to take a timeout, commercial break. We'll be back after this here on Real Sports Live.
See you later, touchdown.
We are those Red Nose Lady Falcons, and this is Real Sports Live.
aquí en la Universidad de Texas A&M Kingsville. Somos una familia. Nosotros nos apoyamos. Trabajamos juntos. Crecemos juntos. Triunfamos juntos. Nos inspiramos los unos a los otros para convertirnos en las grandes mentes del futuro. Estamos aquí para asegurarnos que tú triunfes. Aplica hoy para empezar. Es tu momento.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And we are back here. Injured player was number 99 for the Eagles, Adrian Torres. He's back in his own 2 feet on the sideline. And the Bobcats have a 1st and 10 at the Eagles' 23-yard line. Motion, handoff back to Serna, gets swallowed up quickly by number 30 of the defense, Sebastia Valderas. It's going to knock him back a yard. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 11 for the Edinburg High School Bobcats. As Abrego's going to swing it out to his receiver. That pass fall is incomplete, intended for Raul Ramirez. That brings up a 3rd and 11 as the clock stops with 7:19 on the board. We're going to take a look ahead at these 2 teams, their upcoming schedules, very shortly. As Abrego sends it to the left side, goes right through his receiver's hands. That falls incomplete. And stops us at 7:15, and a 4th and 11 might bring on the unit, the field goal unit for the Bobcats. And it does. A couple players trotting onto the field, offense coming off. Looking ahead to the Bobcats schedule, let's look at the Bobcats schedule first. They have Mission tonight. They're cruising in the driver's seat with this one, 7:15 left. They're going to improve to 3-2. Although a lot can happen with 7 minutes left. We all saw the game that happened, I think it was last week, as Sanchez kicks it through the uprights, and that's good with 34. The game last week where the team was down, I think it was like 2 or 3 touchdowns, and somehow they managed to come back and win it. So anything can happen here. There's the cheerleaders for the Eagles doing their little number, stopping the Bobcats at 3 points. And here's the Mission. Next week, Friday, October 1st, to kick off the spooky season, they have Edinburg Vela. And right now they've been playing fairly good. We'll see how they match up against the SaberCats next week. On Friday, then October 7th, they have PSJ North, and then they face La Jolla, the Coyotes, the October 15th. Edinburg North is the 22nd. And then the last game of district play just before the playoffs is on November 11th versus the PSJ Bears. That's the Bobcats schedule. As we look ahead to the Mission Eagles next week, October 1st, they're going to be facing the Bears. Then they have Juarez Lincoln, the Huskies. Then they have Economides. And then they play Vela Thursday, October 28th, just before the 31st. And the last game of the season is going to be against the PSJ North Raiders. That's on November 4th on a Thursday night, 7 p.m. It's a home district game for the Eagles. Probably a neutral site that will be played at due to their field situation. at their home turf right now at Tom Landry. Here we are, Eagles back on the field with a 1st and 10, 7:05 left to play in quarter number 4. And they have a lot to go. As he's gonna sling that out of bounds. Pass intended for number 1, Fernando Ramos. His slot receiver going for nothing. As that stops the clock, only shaved off about 4 seconds. As Guerra has it once again, handoff down to Cortez, the middle. Bouncing off defenders and falling forward. That's a nice hefty gain of about 9 yards, maybe 8. We're gonna call it a 3rd and 2. That's left on the field, and we have another injury timeout. As the lineman's just gonna stay down. We're back after this here on Real Sports Live.
See you later, touchdown.
And look for your motors, we're moving forward. Same great service, same great people, same great cars and trucks, and these great white letters. Our vision is crystal clear. Look for your motors. We're on the move.
We're the Lady Cougars, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
And he's back up on his feet, on his own 2 feet, walking off the field. He's actually going to stay on the field and play this next snap. And those are one of our newest sponsors, Luke Ferreira Motors. We host our football talking football every Wednesday there at around 2 o'clock, maybe 3. It all depends. As Cortez takes that nice carry on a 3rd and 2 all the way across the enemy territory. It's going to be 6:20 left to play in quarter number 4. As I mentioned, our newest sponsor, Luke Ferreira, down in Brownsville. So if you want to ride in style, a nice little Cadillac, go down and tell them Real Sports Live sent you. Very nice people, very great customer service. And did I mention you'll be riding in style? Quite a ways away if you're in Mission or Edinburg, but it doesn't matter. You have a nice way back on the highway, turning heads from the people you're going to be passing by. So go check them out, Luke Ferreira Motors in Brownsville, Texas. 6:06 left to play, 6:05 to be exact. As that pass was out of bounds, a nice 7-yard gain from Guerra to his receiver. As Guzman looks open down the field, he's going to take it to him as that falls incomplete. There on the defensive coverage was number 21 for the Bobcats, Nicholas Gonzalez. As Guerra was looking for him the whole way through on the nice post route, kept it skinny, but just a bit short. It's going to be 5:55. As Guerra has 3 receivers to the right, accompanied by Cortez in the backfield. Handoff to him. Spinning around and around, and eventually gets brought down after a 1st down gain all the way to about the 31-yard line with a 1st and 10 for the Mission Eagles. Guerra, another quick pass to the outside, back to his tight end Garcia, and he gets swallowed up quickly. That's number 20 on the tackle, Derek Galindo, excuse me. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 7 for the Eagles. As they're starting to move the ball. Took too long, but at least they're moving it. That's a quick strike to the outside. That was Fernando Ramos on that reception. He's going to step out of bounds. He's going to stop the clock at 4:59 here in the 4th quarter. 3rd and 1, only 1 yard to gain for a new set of downs. We'll see if the Eagles can do it. Might be a handoff to Cortez. We'll see if that's the case. As Guerra keeps it himself down the middle, has room to run, and falls forward. More than enough for a 1st down, and the chains move once again for the Eagles. Eagles putting a final drive together. One last ditch effort to put some points on the board once again. As Guerra moves over his running back. Play action over the middle. Garcia's going to catch that, the big tight end. Able to come down with the pass there. Somehow, some way. In traffic, under pressure, and the concentration was on point. .430 and counting as the Eagles only need 6 yards to get into the end zone. Cortez stopped quickly by number 89. Once again, he makes another appearance, Jordan Ayala. Had a couple huge plays in the first half, just a bit quiet in the second, but the Eagles haven't been on offense much here. So I guess we'll cut him some slack as Cortez read option. Guerra takes it himself, and he gets in the end zone for 6. Eagles try to mount their comeback very, very late in this one. 3:58. And here are the fans for the Mission side, as they got their little band going as well.
Attempting the extra point will be number 15. Danny Montes at the hold of number 1, Fernando Ramos.
Extra point is through the uprights with ease. That was number 15, Danny Montes. And that puts the Eagles at 14. 34-14 is the score. 20-point difference with 3:58 left to play. We'll be back after this here on Real Sports Live.
Here at Texas A&M University, Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
And we are back here ready for the kickoff. Under 4 minutes barely left to play here in quarter number 4. And the Bobcats in the driver's seat with this one. Everybody for the Bobcats is up on the 40-yard line. Only one man back deep to return it, and that is number 8, Christian Ramirez, the receiver. Showed off his agility, his speed on a play that they had that they scored on. He didn't score, but the team scored. That's all that matters. As the Eagles are looking to kick it onside, that's what the Bobcats are expecting. Doesn't look like it's going to come, and here it is. High bounce, Bobcats recover it, fall down with it. That's number 24. Albert Armendaris. That's going to shave off just 1 second. It's going to be a 3:57 for the Bobcats, and we'll see what they decide to do here. Do they want to put some more points on the board, add insult to injury, or do they want to just run the clock out, come out of here with some more energy left over for the weekend, as they're playing a Thursday game and they have a lot of time to prepare for Vela next week. That's their next game. That's going to be here at home, but they're going to be on the away side on a Friday night, 7:30 p.m. The handoff goes nowhere for Gonzalez, but a gain of 4 is going to bring, or excuse me, a gain of 3 is going to put him at a 2nd and 7. Not so many penalties here in half number 2 as to half number 1. I'm pretty sure they got that fixed over, and they talked about that a lot at halftime at the break. 3:15 now left to play. 2 seconds. Abrego takes the play clock all the way down as he's stuck in his tracks, and flags start coming in. Just as I mentioned, there was no flags on the play. They come from all angles of the field, and we're going to turn it over to the official to see what they have to say. Here he is. And the first holding call of the night gets awarded to the Bobcats with 3 minutes and 5 seconds left to play. Here in the fourth quarter. Drop under 2 minutes. Bobcats trying to take up the whole play clock. They snapped it with 2 seconds left. Now there's 8 seconds. As Abrego's going to take his sweet time trying to run off as much clock as possible. They're backed up 2nd and 17. A handoff to Gonzalez on the right side. Goes absolutely nowhere as he loses a couple on that one. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 19 now. And a timeout is going to be called by Mission. And we're going to take one as well here on Real Sports Live. We'll be back after this in just a minute.
See you later, touchdown.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're the Harlingen South Lady Hawks, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Hawks up!
We're back here. Bobcats breaking the huddle. You just saw the most recent commercial. South Padre Island being one of our sponsors. So if you got nothing to do this weekend and you feel like you're just going to be stuck at home, go visit them over on the island. Go have some fun in the beach, in the sand, in the water. Go fishing if you want. Just enjoy your weekend. Differently from others. Hand off to the receiver on the jet sweep. Abrego gives it to number 15, Dylan Garza, as he gets wrestled down behind the line of scrimmage. And another timeout's called. 2:26 now left to play. As Coach Longoria calls another one, it's 4th and 18, and he has just one more left in his back pocket. We're just going to stay with you here. Depends on how long they take for the timeout. It might be a minute long. Doesn't matter. We're going to turn it over to the band of the Mission Eagles. They're the cheerleaders having a grand old time on their side of the track for the Bobcats. Just standing around having a grand old time. As their team is up 34-14 here in this one. Bobcats about to punt it away. Number 49, Joseph Sanchez, is going to be the one to send it off to the Eagles. Back to receive is number 4, Joel Pedraza for Mission. Almost coming in for the block as Pedraza fields it. Almost fumbling it, bobbles it, reverses. Field has green grass, needs a block. Dylan Garza's there, stiff arm. And Pedraza's going to take that outside onto the sidelines at around the 50-yard line, maybe the 49 in Bobcat territory. And they are in good company now. With 2:12 left to play, they need one more or a couple more scores. They're down 20. They need 3 touchdowns in order to win this ball game or have a chance in this one. And they have to score quickly here. No 2-minute warning in high school, so they're going to play right through it. 2:12. We'll see what happens. Guerra dropping back to pass. Has a receiver downfield. Didn't like it. It got covered up quickly as he just dumps it off down in the flats to number 22, Juan Valdez, another running back that they have in their arsenal. And he's going to go forward for a touchdown, so he's going to stop the clock momentarily. The play's got to come in quickly. They got to set up quickly. 1:57 left to play. As Guerra looks for his receiver once again. No flags on the play. He's going to run out of bounds, and it's going to stop it with 1:45. Clock is going to continue to roll. Looks like he got tackled before he was out of bounds with 1:30 left to play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 9. Guerra's going to drop back to pass. Has a receiver, and that falls incomplete. And it stops the clock with 1:18 now. A 3rd and 9 for the Eagles. They need to make something happen so the score could look less ugly than it is right now. They were able to score 2 touchdowns coming out of the half. As they're going to take their time in the huddle. Guerra's going to come to the sideline. Now he's running back to get the play. The Bobcats fans starting to clear out, trying to beat traffic. They know they have this one in the bag. As some of the Mission fans do that same as well. Passes out to the left-hand side to Guzman. That one is good for a nice reception. As we are down to 1:13 on the clock now. Eagles with a 1st and 10. Guerra takes the snap, dropping back to pass. Flare to the outside, that falls incomplete, stops the clock with 1:09. Only 68 seconds left to play here in this one. And the Bobcats might just come out of here with a victory. Only 1 timeout left for Coach Longoria, as Guerra takes that for himself, makes a couple Bobcats miss, and eventually gets drugged down by number 43 of the defense. That's Ramon Vasquez. And it looks like they're going to spike that one down on the ground with 53 seconds left to play here in quarter number 4. Only 1 timeout left. Coach Longoria wants to use that one and take care of that one in his back pocket. Eagles are going to have a 2nd and 10 with 53 seconds left to go here in quarter number 4, or in the game. Taking a snap as Guerra goes out to the right-hand side, has his receiver falling incomplete, intended for Fernando Ramos. Guerra coming back to the sideline once again for the play call. As they are going to call a timeout. Play clock was expiring, and they got the timeout off. They just used their last one, so they have no more timeouts. We're going to take a commercial break, and then we will be done with the conclusion of this football game. We'll be back after this here on Real Sports Live.
Service is attitude. How far are we willing to go to service our community, our dealership here for you, and you? Sky's the limit.
We're the Red Texans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
West Santa Rosa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Forever Memories Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of...
We're back here. Conclusion of the football game set to go underway as the Eagles have no timeouts. Bobcats want to protect the end zone. Guerra feeling pressure, dropping down, taking it for himself. As he falls forward, it's going to be a fourth down. Going for the spot, a 4th and 5. They need 5 yards to go. If not, the ball game is over. 27 seconds left, no timeouts. Quick pass to the outside, gets tipped and caught somehow by the receiver. We'll see if he has enough for the first down. As we wait for the official, and they're going to give it to the Bobcats as they come down with a stop. 20 seconds left, only one kneel down is going to do it, and the ball game will be over. Everybody making their exit early, trying to beat traffic here on the Mission side. Bobcats fans want to stay and enjoy the victory alongside everybody else. Still 20 seconds left. One kneel down will do it, and that will take us to 000. And there it is, the final kneel down of the game, and the Bobcats win it 34-14. Here, Mission on the road, not able to get it done. As that's going to do it all from Real Sports Live. I'm Brandon Guzman. Eduardo Guzman on the camera, one of our newest camera photographers. Cassie Lara, she was on the field snapping some sweet pics. So I want to give you all a thank you for tuning in. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy the weekend. Stay safe. God bless, all from Real Sports Live.